I want to see the old username. You guys give you guys homework? Yeah, see, that's something I would never do for you guys. All right. Anyways, chat. Let's get going on here with the analysis here. Let me just record my stream, send my Zoom link, play the music that I usually play. Is that too loud? All right, there you go. Let's go, chat. You want to see 100 pips today? Damn, that's a lot of pressure, man. 100 pips? You know, we only caught like one 100 pip runner in like the last year and a half. Chances of us catching a 100 pip runner. What music you're playing? I'm playing some playlist on what do you call this? YouTube. It's a live stream called Chili Hop Radio, and you just go on this, and it's like a 24/7 live stream, and there's like 864 people watching, and you just kind of support it and donate to it and shit. I think pretty cool. It's pretty chill. It's just like a raccoon walking, you know. This guy's been walking forever though. Like, I don't know. He's just been chilling. Devious. Had free plug. All right. Let's do this analysis. Let me send my Zoom link. Can you take a look at GJ? I got you after. Let me just take a look at gold real quick. I want to break it down because I have no idea what gold is doing. I did look at gold yesterday during NY close, because it was moving yesterday during NY close. I think it didn't move during NY that much, right? I think I chose a pretty good day to take off, to be honest. And then today should be the algo day, so I should, you know, we should be able to get something today, a small piece of the pie. You know, might not catch the whole piece, but small piece of the pie. Could be a runner, could not be. Hey man, I told you guys, man, the chances of us catching runners is a lot higher than they were before because we have wick entries now, right? So if we can get, you know, those wick entries, eventually over time we'll get runners. You know, it might not happen the very next trade, but it's gonna happen eventually. Our odds are a lot higher now than they were before to catch runners and being able to survive those runners too, right? As long as we, you know, have the analysis played out, right? But sooner or later, it's just about time. No pressure behind it, right? Think about it. Catching a 100 per runner is not going to change your life, right? With what we've been doing every day, catching 10, 20, 30, 40, like, you know, over time, over the course of the year, yeah, that's been life changing, right? But you catching 100 per runner and then, you know, not like, it's not going to change your life, or it shouldn't change your account. It shouldn't be anything, you know. I mean, it's great to have, obviously, you know, I would love to have runners, right? But you can't just chase runners all day long, and you can't always go for home runs, right? You kind of got to go for the small piece of the pie sometimes, because that's likely more to happen, right, than you catching those runners. Zoom, how do I set my Zoom link again? So I'm tripping. All right, today's 17, right? 17, damn. You know what I'm doing today, by the way? I'm doing a stage 1 tune for my car. First time doing a stage 1 tune to any car. Stage 1 and downpipe. Downpipe, and then probably do my crank up next, and then my steering wheel, gonna get that to all carbon fiber, and then I got my exhaust system. I'll show you guys the exhaust system I'm getting. It's kind of fire. It's fire, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know how to pronounce it. Type fire. Akrapovic. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. But Akrapovic or Povic, Akrapovic, I'm guessing. Exhaust system. Shit's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna have the sickest M4, bro. Give me time. All right, hold on. This is good. Zoom link's been sent. All right, let's do the analysis, man. Before I get off topic here, we'll get back to that convo later. All right, chat. Carbon fiber tips, of course. Take your warranty. My warranty is already basically done. It's an M4. It's an FA2, so you know you don't got that many years left on the FA2 because they stopped making FA2s like in 2020. All right, chat. So let's take a look at today's charts. All right, so I got no idea what's going on right now with the price action. I'm being straight up, you know. And also I want to show you guys or tell you guys that that's completely fine. You know, you don't always have to know what's going on. Sometimes you might be in a situation where things might not make sense yet, but it takes a couple tries in order for you to really understand what's happening today. So like me, my first analysis today might not be on point, but my second, my third, my fourth might make a lot more sense to me, right? So during the stream, you're gonna see me redo my analysis. I might see things that, you know, I don't see right now, right? By just sitting here on a chart, seeing price move, because sometimes you just need a little refresher to come back to. So that's what looking at price does for the first, you know, couple minutes of the day or a couple candles of the day. And that's kind of why I like to come before NY Open, because NY Open is at 8, right? So anything before NY Open, realistically, we don't really catch a lot of trades in. We usually catch trades after NY, but at least NY Open or pre-NY, we could spend that time, you know, warming up our eyes, I guess. Our eyes, because that's our favorite indicator, right? That's what we use. So gotta make sure we understand what's happening today on all time frames, what's happening today in terms of direction and in terms of ranges, right? So those are the things I'll look out for here. So this is what I'll do here. So first thing is I'm gonna take a look at the monthly time frame. All right, so monthly time frame, what's going on here? Monthly shows that you broke the lows, right? Just a little refresher. I know we broke the lows 2 days ago, but just a refresher, we broke the lows. There was once a resistance right around here on price, right? At what level is this? This is price at 1991. So there was once a resistance there, right? And now there's some type of support right around here in this range here, 1800. So if this is the range we're in, right, there's a high chance. Again, you have 14 days left, and if you have, let's see, let me just check something real quick before I forget, because I want to see. You have 14 days left. What's the most major folder this month? So today, by the way, we have unemployment claims, so pretty big day, but I'm trying to see if there's like FOMC or NFP or anything like that coming up, or just CPI or something that would be a catalyst for price, because that will affect the monthly, and that does affect your analysis, right? So far nothing here, nothing, ADP, nothing major, employment claims, nothing major. NFP on a September 1st. Okay, so September 1st is NFP. That's the last week of August though, so that's the last day of the month, right? So now I'm asking myself, well, what could happen for the monthly to finish off? And the only thing that might make sense to me maybe is if you continue to push down until August 31st, and then August 31st, since you have news NFP, it might pull back for the bottom wick on the monthly. That's a possibility, right? Again, these are just like scenarios I'm putting out there, just so later on the road, if something else were to line up, like the weekly or the daily or the 4 hour, I'll be like, okay, cool, monthly pulling back for a last day of NFP, right? Something might click one of these days. So I'm just, again, putting info out there. So that's a scenario that can happen, right? So let's understand that that's something we can take away from the monthly right now. Drop down to the weekly. What's the weekly doing? The weekly looks like we are going to be closing in 1 day here. So today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, tomorrow's when we close off, and it should be a new weekly count next week. So what we noticed this week was that you had a support somewhere around here and you closed below. So what that indicates for us is that you should continue to push down now towards next support. So I'm looking left now. I'm trying to see, okay, well, last time price closed below this range here, where did it drive down towards, right? And when price did not close below the range, where did it reject that? So I'm trying to find a medium average of those two, right? So let's say, for instance, I am looking at the next support, and I'm going to draw my support. Well, before I do that, actually, let me show you guys how I do it. So I would take out this rectangle tool, I'm scanning left to right, right? Sometimes this rectangle gives me a better visual of where price is. But yeah, I'm looking left to right here. I'm looking at the times where price closed below, coming up from here, like coming up from above, obviously 1920, and closing below, right? So I've noticed that this closed below, this closed below, this I guess closed below, this closed below, and I think that's it. So okay, off of those closures below, where did you drive down towards after you closed below, right? So now you can probably take out a different color and then highlight the levels. So we came down to here this time in the box. This time we came around, came down to here, started to reject, I guess. This time around, came down to here, started to reject. Came down to here, started to reject. This one, okay, cool. So if this is what you got going on now, so all you gotta do really now is draw a line from here to here to here, right? Because that's like where you have rejected in the past. So there are different levels, right? They're not the same price points. So you want to try to find the medium average now. Like, what's the medium average of these 4 circles here, right? So, you know, if let's say, I guess you can take this color and draw a line to a point where all the levels touch, right? So I'll say like right here. This one that doesn't touch really, but I'll say that's the medium average, right around there. All right. So let's go ahead and put this line here, make it visible, and delete everything else. So you guys got that, right? You see how, like, you know, this is touching that, this is touching that, this is touching, this is touching. Medium average, this is the average of where price is rejecting off of. We delete all of that, and that's what you got. So if that is where I'm looking at now for the weekly, if that's where we're expecting price to drop down towards, what else makes sense here? You have clean traffic. Look left. Most recent support, you close below the range here, right? So if you're closing below the range on the most recent support, there's a high chance you're gonna come down to fill the next range now, right? And that takes you down towards where? 1957. Looking left, what level is that? Or at least coming down to here. Let's see where that level is exactly. I'll say 1965. Okay, but again, very similar to the weekly. Same area of rejection, right? So that's where price drove down before in the past. And also, if you guys take a look at that candle that I just circled or squared off, you're gonna notice that it has no bottom wick. So no bottom wick. You guys know what that means. High chance price will come down, especially with clean traffic, to create that bottom wick before it decides on where it wants to go next. Now, my only issue with the weekly is you have no top wick, and I have no idea if you're gonna reject or if you're not, or sorry, create a top wick or not create a top wick, right? In this case, you have a day left. Chances of you creating a top wick and coming down again is very slim, especially in a day, unless you have some next type of volatile movement today. But if you were to flip bullish, you're just gonna flip bullish probably and end up closing bullish today, right? Because you have a day left. So the price ends up going up today, and the day closes again in a couple of hours, or I lied, the day closes tomorrow, right? Chances are you're gonna close bullish on the daily tomorrow for us to drive up for next week, right? So there's no other way where price can really come up unless it closes bullish, right? But you have a week, you have a day left, and looking left, you have clean traffic. So there's a possibility you could continue to push down, right, towards the next support. Now, again, we don't know what's going to happen. We have a day left, but due to current price and where price is headed and where price looks like it's headed towards, it's going to look like it's coming down towards 1957, right? Which is pretty good. Again, that's a range of 340 pips. Now, that doesn't mean I'm just going to take a sell here and hold until that weekly support, right? I'm going to wait for price to line up with my analysis using the small time frame. So we discussed the monthly, we discussed the weekly. The monthly broke the lows, remember? The weekly, clean traffic, that kind of has no bottom wick, areas of rejections at 1957. Now we go down to a daily. So same shit that I did in the monthly on the weekly, I'll go down and do it on the daily, right? So now you drop to the daily. What are you gonna see here? The daily, no bottom wick. All right, so think about it now. So like, it's like, okay, monthly, you broke the lows, cool. Could that just be the breakout lows for us to come back up? Because it's still a bullish candle and it still closed above the range, and also it has no top wick. The daily no bottom wick, can that just be the weekly creating a top wick now for tomorrow? Go down to daily, right? No bottom wick. So any given point, this daily could just reject, come back into the ranges, and tap into the resistance. Again, your resistance next up is gonna be likely here at what level is that? I have no idea. Let's see. this level is 1904. All right, so 1904 is your next resistance. Any given point today, price can come up, tap 1904. One, create a top wick for a daily drive back down, but the chances are lower today due to the fact that you have no bottom wick. No bottom wick means that you have no range to continue further down, right? So it's more of a 50-50 now, going from like an 85 or whatever it is, right? I don't know what the exact percentages, but again, higher probability to lower probability that's going to continue to push down now due to no bottom wick. There's still a possibility, so I don't want to hear anybody saying, but Don, you're looking for bias today only. We're looking, again, it's just part of the analysis. We're just trying to see what's happening on off of probabilities, right? And probability shows that no bottom wick, chances are that you're going to drop down is a lot lower, right? So understand that. So if the chances are a lot lower to drive down, can we get some bias today, right? Maybe we can. Let's drop down to a small time frame, do the same shit again, right? So monthly, again, no top wick, broke the lows. Weekly, what did it do? Clean travel to the left. That candle on the weekly that we're mirroring has no bottom wick, and you have areas of rejections at 1857 on the weekly. The daily, no bottom wick, could continue to push up today, right? So we see how it's starting to kind of slowly line up, right? So daily no bottom wick, 4 hour count starting to reject the support here. You're gonna see that there's some type of support that was formed at 1892. Another support formed down here at 1887. Those are your two ranges. The only thing that I don't like with the 4 hour candle is that I had no bottom wick. I was actually expecting a bottom wick before we continue to push up. I'm guessing due to the fact that these candles already grabbed liquidity, that was enough for your drive to push up towards 1897, right? So looking like we came up to tap this resistance here. So that's your support there. Let's go ahead and draw this up as support. Okay, cool. So this is your support. This is your resistance, right? So that's your range you're in. So any given point in this range here, since that's the range you're in, you can come up and fill the range, right? If you're rejecting support, your next major level is 1902, meaning that eventually price must tap 1902 before it decides on where it wants to go next, right? So you might end off rejecting here and not actually tapping 1902, right? You might end up doing something like this, for all I know, right? But there's a high chance the next candle will come up, continue to push up, create a top wick, and tap into that range before it decides on what it wants to do next. What I mean by what it wants to do next is, if price was bearish today and it wanted to drop down, it's got to grab liquidity. If this is a 4 hour time frame and this is your resistance, you're likely going to grab liquidity at the resistance at 1902 areas, right? 1902, 1904 in those zones there. So eventually down the road, even if you were to drive down today, you got to create you got to tap into 1902 and create some range there, right? Because it's likely not going to just reject like this, probably. I mean, it might, but likely not, where you see a candle just push up and then, for instance, like you're not just going to see this, right? Before seeing the push down, you're likely going to see price push up today, tap into 1902, and then it could be this time frame, could be the 1 hour time frame, but it's going to start to form some ranges here, right? It's going to start to form some ranges. So once it forms that range, and it's still respecting 1902, because that's a level that either could continue to push past or price could reject that. If you were to reject it, you'll probably see price will grab liquidity first for rejecting it like that, maybe even breaking these highs, tap into 1906, 1908, and then that'll be a push down to retest the lows, right? And continue further down. That's what you'll see if price was to continue down towards the next support, right? So like that's what I'm saying. Like 1902 eventually gotta get tapped. Will be the current 4 hour candle? I don't know, right? But I'm looking left there at your next support. It's going to be 1987. So what that means is if price were to retest the lows, it's going to come down, tap 1987 before it makes a decision on where it wants to go next, right? For if you were to come down. Okay, cool. So that's the 4 hour time frame. Understand that. That's what I'm looking at. The 1 hour, 30, 15, I don't really go too much in depth in. I go to the time frame that makes the most sense for me in terms of clean traffic, in terms of what areas we're tapping, and structure, just whatever has the most data. In this case, I'm using probably the 15. It looks the cleanest. So the 15 here is what I'll use. I'll probably go and mark this up as my resistance up here, right? Because this is the range we're in. So if this is the range you're in, that's your resistance, and this is your strong support down here at 1890, right? This is the 80 pip range that you're in right now. So what can happen here is, think about it. Remember I said, chat, about remember I said about 1902 on the 4 hour time frame that could get tapped because that's your next resistance, right? Let's go back to that. 1902, 1901. I would assume that if you were to continue to drive up, you gotta grab liquidity first. Now I'm looking left there. I'm gonna look left to see if there's any areas to the left where price rejected and then popped up towards 1901 or 1902. It could be this support. It could be this support down here. I'm assuming it's gonna be somewhere down here at 1895 before we push up, but I could be wrong. So let's just look left and see what's up, right? So I'm looking to see like basically the same movement to the left, the same structure that you formed in the past where price drove up towards 1901 after creating some type of support or retest. So let's look left there and let's see where it is. So cool, right there, right? So what level is that? You came up, you tapped 1902. Where'd you come down, grab liquidity beforehand? You grab liquidity somewhere in these boxes here. 1892, right? So same thing happened here really as well, right? You kind of have the same area of rejection. So 1893.793. I guess I was, yeah, perfect right there then. So it wasn't 1895, but I guess 1893. I'll assume that price, before price comes up to tap 1902, it's likely going to come down to tap 1893 first before it makes that decision. So what you might see during this candle here is you might see price start to like form structure, maybe respecting the support. All of a sudden you're gonna see a candle look something like this, right? That might be the news candle, that might be whatever, but that would be enough for me to take a buy at around 1893 to continue pushing up towards 1901. Again, price doesn't have to do this, but if I'm looking for buys today towards 1901, that's what I'll look for, right? And if you don't tap 1901 and you don't get those rejections, then at any given point, going back to the 4-hour time frame, you could, what did I say about the 4 again? No, sorry, yeah, the 4 account was the bias going up towards 1901, right? Because you had no bond awake. So yeah, for sells, what you'll probably want is you'll probably want to see price like probably close below these ranges here. There's like a minor support right here to the left. Current ranges we're in. So you want to see price start to close below. And then once it closes below those ranges, you want to see some type of resistance form, right? Because again, this could be the liquidity for all I know, but I'd rather not take sells here because you just fly up straight towards 1902 at any given point. I'd rather wait for resistance to form and then some type of zucchini to form afterwards, right? So what that means is that I'll probably want to see some type of range here, right? And then closure below, grab a top wick, and then that'll be our entry, right? Entry would be somewhere up here at these areas. But again, price gotta reject first. Somewhere in these levels, it's gotta form that resistance, gotta form that support, gotta range a little bit, and then once it grabs liquidity on that structure, I'll look for sells coming down to retest the lows at 1890, right? Because if you're expecting 1894 to get tapped before pushing up towards 1901, right, it'll make sense if you just take sells there to come down towards 1894 anyways. So you can catch the buys and you can catch the sells today. But yeah, chat, that's I'll say that's the analysis, right? So if you were lost, then I guess you can replay the analysis, but that's the amount of effort I put into catching 10 pips every day on the analysis. Ooh. But yeah, man, that's the analysis, man. All right, so if that made sense to you, cool, right? But the main thing to take away from that analysis is just understand how I'm using all the time in my favor to catch whatever position I'm looking for, right? So it's not just the 5 closure above, closure below. It's the 4 hour doing this, at least the daily doing this, at least the whatever amount of time frame doing this as well. And that'll be my analysis. That'll be my confirmations, right? And throughout the stream, you'll see me start to shift my prices and change my levels, depending on what I see. So this might not be the final analysis. You know, maybe in 15-20 minutes, you might see me like, yo, I got a new idea, chat. Why don't we just look for this instead, right? So this is a pretty key count though. I want to see, because if you're rejecting here, and this is good, you're gonna form that resistance, you're gonna form that support, you're gonna form that structure, and then maybe you can take sells coming down towards 1893. But there's news here in about 4 to 5 minutes or 50 to 53 minutes here, so you want to be cautious of that, all right? Before we lost out here, man, it's all good, bro. When people first come to the streams, they're lost. and it's not gonna get easier. I'll tell you that, right? So it's you gotta just come every day. Like if you came in 2020, maybe it might have been more simple, because me in 2020 would just came to our charts and been like this. Yeah, you know, support down here, resistance down here, this. Let's wait for a closure above the range to take a buy, right? Me this year, I have things that I'm looking out for now, right? There's like no liquidity here. There's a range one fake out that could happen because you have a bearish trend, right? Any given point can come up, close above, and close right back into the range, which is your liquidity on a different time frame that we learned in the last couple of years, right? So all those things that we learned and picked up, we just applied it over time, because we realized that this wasn't working out, that wasn't working out, right? At first, this was working out, and it probably still works out to a certain extent, but we don't want that to work out to a certain extent. We want to be better than what we were right before. So we learned about this, and then we learned how to take this, and then we learned how to take sniper entries of this, right? So we started off, you probably like to explain it all, really, like in 2020, we started off taking these entries, a closure above the range. The red represents that. All right, so let me just go ahead and put 2020 here. That was 2020. 2021, we learned about fake outs. So we learned about this, right? And what was our entry? Sorry, that's 2021. All right, so that's 2020, that's 2021 entries. 2022 entries, I think we started to wait for like I think it was more of the zucchini to form, like a bullish candle, and then a break of lows for the start play, right there. Literally what Wix just circled, right? Shout out to Wix is here right now. I'll put them on after this. So we learned to take those entries, right? So I'm gonna put it here as 2022. Right, and then 2023, right, and then 2023 we took what? This entry. So I'll put it as pink. All right, this is current. So see how we evolved over time? We went from taking like, I'll put it as pink. All right, this is current. So see how we evolved over time? We went from taking like these entries above the range to learning how to avoid the fake outs, to learning how to take the wick entries on the fake outs. That's what trading is about, right? And that's why, again, I love trading. This is endless amount of it's a endless learning curve, you know. You guys probably don't care, right? You guys want 10 pips? I got you guys. Don, we don't care about your backstory, bro. How do you catch 10 pips? Now you gotta wait though for 10 pips. That's the hard part. Got Wix on there. Oh man, that's funny. Yo.
What's the deal?
What's up, bro?
What's going on?
I don't know, man.
Sleeping Beauty.
Sound of a glass. 2 glasses clicking, and then some ink on the paper.
Waiting on it.
Chat, there's a lot of shit coming for you guys, man. Woo-wee. If I sign for the course, will I be entitled to the single channel? No, they're two separate packages. Two separate packages. Like, legal now. What's your higher profit and loss? It changes every year, right? Each year it grows. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Chat, man, pause. But every year, chat.
That's what's up.
Every year, chat, your profits are gonna grow and your losses are gonna get much wider. So you might be upset about a $100 loss right now, but in a couple years you're gonna be upset about a 100K loss. So you gotta learn to not be upset, right? This is part of growing. And if you're still losing the same amount you were losing last year, then that's a problem, right? Because if I was still losing, what did I pop last year, chat? I popped a 20 lot, 15 lot. A lot of traders say the opposite, right? A lot of traders say, no, the more experience you have, the less losses you're gonna that's what traders think, right? The traders think as long the bigger you get, the better you'll be. So since the better you'll be, you have smaller losses. But it's the complete opposite, bro. You're still gonna take losses, so you might as well get used to it now, because it's gonna keep getting bigger and bigger, right? It's gonna be 100, then 100K.
So if you're not a member and you join the Discord,
whatever
the
it
only
is.
thing you're gonna be able to see is my stream.
But yeah, my biggest loss in short was I think it was like 40K, 50K. I don't know. It's somewhere in this account. 40K, 50K. Like stacked positions, so you're not gonna see one position that's 50K. You might see like one position that's 23K, 30K, right? Maybe 15K, but you're not gonna see one position that's like 30K, because I have pineapples usually that hit stops. And my biggest win was I think 100 and
It's still going. His biggest win is still not closed.
My biggest win is actually
It's still running.
where's my biggest win at? Microphone. My biggest win is right here. It's still rocking.
Still running.
This account is for the allegations. This account
from 140
is
to 160 in a
10
split
pip
second.
allegations, and this then this account right here, chat, is for the actual problem itself, right? So you gotta provide the problem, then you gotta provide the solution. That's a problem. This is a solution.
His get out of jail free card. Beat the allegations card. he never closed in that trade. That trade's gonna run for a lifetime.
No, I'm gonna close. I moved out to break even.
I close at 10 pips.
Dude, I moved out to break even, bro. And if I break even, I think I still get swaps. I still get my swaps and profit. Well, hopefully.
Don't get slipped on the break even, and you good.
It's break even in 5 months. Yo, I'm negative right now. All those days is like an add up.
I think that trade's looking good. You got another like 1,000 pips to come down.
Yeah, the monthly is just pushing down.
Like, yeah. Watch that account hit a milli before this account.
I think I
one swing.
One swing. No, I think this account or this monthly, as long as next month's account opens up nicely and creates a top wick, after that will be good. The good thing about this though, chat, is that I can have a whole month to manage risk.
To make a decision, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like we gotta wait for like the exact news count after. It's like, oh shit, got close out right here. It's like, it's more of like, okay, I have a whole week to decide on what I want to do.
Yeah, we just spoke about it. Like, damn, should I close? Well, got a week to figure it out.
All right, let's figure it out later.
Let's see if this week stays in this range.
Where I can get a reliable broker that I can use to trade XUSD. There's tons of reliable brokers out there. You just gotta find it. You find it one day though. I'll tell you that.
The best ones aren't open yet. When I was like 5, you know, little kid, my mother used to say, you know, your future wife hasn't even been born yet. So, chat, in the words of my mother, your future broker hasn't even been born yet.
You can use Blueberry Markets, man. For now. I'm using them right now. Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, how was Asian last night? It was good?
It was alright. Could have been better.
What'd you guys catch, bro? What'd you guys catch today? What'd you guys catch the day before? 100 or something?
No, but so I closed at 22, but it never even got back to close to break even. If we left it running, it would have hit 90. The
last
full
night?
TP, full TP. Yeah, full TP
How
was
about the day
90.
before?
We hit the day before was 15 pips. Yesterday I closed at 22.
I thought you guys had a runner one of these days. Like you guys left it running, no?
like left it overnight.
Yo, if you
No,
left
no.
every position running for Asian
They
session,
would have hit every single position that we hit Asian session this week. Yeah, they would have all hit runners.
I mean, pineapples though, just one entry, right?
I had 2 entries, an entry and then a second entry, 22 pips later, and when we came back to the first one to break even, I closed both. But it never would have came. I would have ran the whole 90 pips, full TP. The thing is, it trickled up there. It didn't run in one smooth candle, right? So if it trickled up there, the drive down is probably going to be one smooth candle here. We just got to see.
To grab liquidity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I want to see what news does here today. It's gonna be an interest. I think it's gonna be an algo day. I think we chose a pretty good day to trade. Well, we trade every day, but we chose a pretty good day to be back. Does Wix have signals? Yeah, it does. VenturaFX.com/signals. Who's your first mentor? It was Wix. Wix is my first mentor. Wix taught me everything I knew.
Everything he knew already, I taught him. He's like, oh, I knew that.
You guys don't see how long Wix has been here? He's been here for a minute. Like,
2 minutes.
It's been here for a minute.
April 2020 was my first
Every
stream.
time we do this, it's not April 2020.
It's April 2020. You just don't see my face on there. But my first streams were in April. Was here way before Premiere.
Let's see if you're in a chat. Look at this
Okay.
chat. This is like an hour into the stream. We have like 5 people talking. This is
No, I
crazy.
didn't talk. I didn't want to look like a fool because there was only 5 people talking.
That's why yesterday, chat. When my girl texted me, she's like, "Yo, there's 800 people watching right now, and you're not on stream." I'm like, "Wow, man, that means a lot because that's crazy, yo. That's like
Fuck the stream I had.
Yo.
Couldn't wake him up.
800 people chat watching our stream, and we weren't even there. Like that's like no community is like that.
Word.
Like no community is like that in FX, bro. None. Like
Okay,
I guarantee
I
you,
did most live streams.
you will not find that anywhere. I mean, my apologies for not being there yesterday, but still, just like that's crazy. Like I was like, wow. Insane.
I gotta be a locked character in somewhere in April or May.
No, I wasn't on camera yet during this time. I don't know.
Oh, you weren't even on cam.
Yeah, no, I wasn't on cam yet. I was on cam. I was a little scared, you know. I didn't know what to expect.
Who's that? Jimmy? I was definitely on
Yeah,
these streams
Jimmy.
when you had that whole background rocking. Yeah, I was on these streams. How about this? I was there before it said organic trading. I remember when the first day when we showed up to organic trading, and actually I was talking about that. So before you started putting, it was like a few weeks before you started putting organic trading on there, because we were like, oh shit, all we do, that's how we trade. It's organic. So. Well, you cool with that? I didn't know YouTube Premium tells you premium right there in the top left.
Yeah, it's a little flex, you know.
Oh,
Yo.
a little flex right there. What?
The chat. Speaking about first time being on stream, I remember I have a video of the first time I sent Raja a chart and he opened it. I have this exact video. I have the video. I sent a chart. This is what he did. He went like this. He went like, let's say this is a chart, right? He's like, you're looking at this. He's like, ooh, got a chart here, whatever. Opens it up.
Looked at it. Next cut. Next.
He's
chart.
like this. That's what he did. He's like this. He's like, wait,
nice.
hold on. Then he goes, hold on. That's a pretty good analysis. Then he's like, wait, that's a really good analysis. Then he started reading it. I'm like, yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And then that's how I started streaming. That's when I started streaming. All I needed was a little approval. And I got it.
Little did he know.
We don't care. All right, bro.
Cool story, bro.
Sorry, bye. I'm waiting here for news here. You have news in about 30, 40 minutes here.
They don't care. That's like somebody sending you a text that's like got like 4 texts in it.
I give you guys like one of the best breakdowns I've ever given today. A lot of like, it was a very long breakdown. You know, like if you missed the analysis, just go back and watch it. it takes 20 minutes to watch the analysis, catch 10 pips. You guys can do that, bro. I've seen you guys in the chat wait 4 to 5 hours for a trace up sometimes with us. Happens all
I seen 800 of you show up and there was no stream. How about that?
Did you see I show meat? Oh no. Oh no, yes, bro. I heard it on Twitter, bro.
What did he do? What did he do?
Literally, I show
What
meat, bro.
No.
I swear, dude. Nah,
He
bro.
get banned,
Every time Speed does something, like let's say like he remember the NFT stuff he did? They're like I
There's
show
always a
scam.
buzz
It's
around
always like I
everything.
show something. Like it's like if he were to scam, I show scam. If he were to like I don't know, whatever. Like in the comment sections, they're just mad funny. They always like saying something about I show. Nah, that show's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. He just at least he's healthy from the. He had a cluster headache or something, or shit like that.
Cluster headache.
Yeah, I never had one, but I heard it's painful.
You mean like a migraine?
Don Shane thinks that I don't show up.
I don't show speed. I show no speed.
New broker slogan: I show speed spread. I show speed.
I show
Fast
spread.
executions. I show spread. Can't this be the topic for a daily 1980s? What did you say? Sorry, someone deleted it. Hey, who deleted the message? Can't this be the top wick for a daily 1898? Yeah, it can be, but again, your next resistance is at an 1901. So I don't want to take a sell here just because you can still continue push. And again, this could have been a liquidity wick for us to continue pushing up, right? So you might still see a continuation of price towards the 1901 mark. So that's why I'm just chilling here. I'm waiting for price to form resistance at 1901 and then form support, form structure, form ranges, and then grab liquidity after breaking the highs, and then that'll be our sales coming down, right? But it must show you that it's rejecting first. You can't just assume it's going to reject here, because at any given point, it can just continue to fly straight up towards 1904, 1901, and you don't want to be in a position. Again, you don't. It's like catching a falling knife, right? I know you're selling here, but it's basically just like calling very top and bottom. You don't want to do that yet when there's no structure formed, right? You want that structure to really be there for you to take price. Okay. Good thing Don changed his Twitter header. Yeah, the old header was Don's meat. Now it's this. Chat, by the way, thanks for almost 20k on Twitter. 18.5k followers on Twitter. Thank you.
What is that?
It's my card, my FIFA card. The market maker sent it to me. Like, Don, this is your overall.
Are you on 99? Yeah. How you get that rating?
Flattering picture. How to get the rating? Easy. I know Jerome.
J Rome.
Where's Rick's rating? See, Rick's is like a legend. Like, he's a legend. He doesn't have a rating. He just says legend. Legend status.
I don't even have a card, dog.
Savage had me die when he was talking about your neck. What do you say about my neck?
No, he was talking about your stream.
Oh, this is, yeah, it's about straight out the neck. Like, what do you say about the neck?
He said, "Say you ever seen two giraffes fight?"
I didn't see that.
And then he started reading the chat, what everyone was saying. He's like, "Yo, this chat is wild."
Our chat?
Yeah.
When do you say this?
Yesterday, last night.
Is it still up?
I don't know.
I didn't see. I only saw the part where you reposted us.
Yeah, he was talking about the chat.
Devious is getting known. Bro, did I tell you? Chat, the other day, some crazy story happened. I was like, what? So I was somewhere, right? I was in Toronto. I'm not gonna say where, but I was somewhere in Toronto. I was in the neighborhood, right? I was picking something up, right? Next thing you know, some guy was delivering packages, right? He was delivering packages. And then what a coincidence, the moment I step outside the crib and I got my package, after I pick up my package, he drives by and he stops. And then I'm like, wait, why is he stopping? Right? It's like it's just like a round street. And he goes, yo,
jacked.
Are you controller FX? And I was like, at that moment, I knew I had to leave Toronto. It's over. It's over. I was like, yeah, as me controller FX.
Go to where people don't know you.
Yo, I gotta go to
Montana.
Delaware. I gotta leave.
Montana, Wisconsin, Nebraska.
Cause it was so weird. It was just like right in front of the house. It's out of nowhere, and he was delivering packages too. He wasn't like, you know, his intentions weren't to come to my crib.
Bet you if he seen Don Vo name on that package, it'd be like,
And the other time was crazy too when the same guy saw me in my M4 twice, in his M4 or his 4 Series. I was like, wow. Small world, chat. Small world. You was on Young Street. You see me on Young Street? Why didn't you say hi?
Oh, yo, he's. Oh no, he doesn't have it up, does he?
Let me see what level this is. 1901. Sorry, chat time. Locking it again. We're getting close. It's 8 a.m. here. I gotta see what's up here.
ADM.
Yeah, it's a news play today, chat, but it'll be worth it. That 1 hour kind of not close too lovely. You're definitely gonna see a bottom wick. 96. Yeah, you're gonna see a bottom wick. How steep it will be, I don't know. I want to see this 4 count rejects here, because could that just be the top wick for the 4 count to reject? Because the 4 count is still below 1896, right? So like, you know what I mean? You can still reject and continue pushing down. Where did it close? It closed at 1893. Yeah, so 1893 is down here. You can easily flip bearish and continue to push towards 87. Easily.
Got 1900 flat, .65.
As your rejection?
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's right
1900.65.
here, right? 1900. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I have mine off of the hourly up here.
I had it.
It might be a
I
little
have it
too
off a different
steep.
level that's earlier, that came early. Like if you go left.
Yeah.
On the 30, there's a. That's where cuts a call. That's where the candles close to, and reject off of. Because even right here, like right where you had it, like go back for a second. Wait, where did you have it?
I had mine on 1901 earlier. I just moved it
Yeah,
down.
but, like, yeah, you had it right here, right? Oh wait, right there, right? But the wicks still come down to this area and reject off this area, right? Even here, and even here, they still came down rejected here, and right here to come down, we rejected off of there as well.
I think I
A
had
good
it.
area to tap here.
I think I had it at 1901 because like it. I mean, I'm assuming I'm not gonna take sales at 1900 because like it's just like,
It's
it
gonna
can
still wick up
it can
and
still
yeah.
wick, right? So that's why I put 1901. I think because like if that's your resistance, that's where you stop at and form resistance at. If you were to make a wick, it'll probably be like anywhere in
But
like
you could form
02 or
like,
something.
you could form a resistance here and wick into here. You could form a resistance here and wick into like as long it's an area, right? It's
Yeah.
not this specific line that it has to reject. It's just an area we have to get to where we can see rejection here, here, wherever. But we're gonna start seeing it, and then we're gonna start wicking up to reject. Right. So this is just an area to pay attention. It's not like it has to tap that line, and then we're off to the races.
Off to sell right away. No sell limit there, chat. To keep things short and simple. Yet, at least. I wonder when we're gonna start taking sell limits and buy limits instead of just market executing. I feel like it's probably gonna be like sometime next year. We'll eventually get there. It's just I'd rather market execute because you can get like a better entry,
too.
and sometimes like you don't want to miss like let's say you were to have a buy limit, like I can't imagine myself already. If I were to have a buy limit or sell limit, as it gets close to that resistance, I just take a buy before it taps that level. Like I'll just end up entering anyway. So it's like no point really having those levels set there.
And then you got to go delete that position.
Yeah, it's just I might as well just click this and sell. Buy, just like who cares? You miss it by a pip or two. A lot of traders really want that wick entry, and it's like, bro, it's a pip, man. Like, could be the area it rejects off of, like right here. 1903, so yeah. Got from resistance though.
And the rejection doesn't show up in one candle here, but because overall, I think we have to retest the lows here. You might also see this, right? You might see the zucchini on the higher time frame, right? So you might still retest this area to continue up.
That's the buys we'll look for.
And that's, yeah, and
I think
just
right
like
here,
that over here.
You see this count right here? That's what I'm looking at. Like they're at 93, but probably like in this zone here because that no bottom wick.
Yeah.
Because then,
so
I'm guessing that's news, right?
Yeah, we might not get the rejection we want. We can, but we might not. We might also come up into this area and then reject here, right?
Yeah. Like in the past, you did reject 93. Like that's what I saw earlier.
Yeah, so I think there's a high chance that can happen. You just have to kind of not think outside the box, but be open to possibilities for sells, for buys, and you can't just kind of zone into the chart. I know you guys zone in, and you know how you can do like a wide angle view with your eyes, right? And you can kind of like zone in into something. You guys zone in, all you see is, all right, buys were going up. That's done. So, but you have to realize, hey, what if it doesn't get there? And the market is unpredictable, so don't think it's going to do what you think it's going to do. Just be ready for the unpredictability of the market. Right? Don't let it surprise you with the fact that it's doing unpredictable things. Be ready for the unpredictable. Expect it. So that's why we're trying to run through as many possibilities as possible of what it can do and what's possible. Because then we are ready for it. Because when something happens, you don't want to, just start doing the breakdown. No, you want to have the breakdown done. This way, when something happens, you're ready for what's next. You're ready for the reaction to what just happened.
Clear session trades. You right. My fault. I forgot, man. I'm sorry. I forgot we even caught 4-3 pips 2 days ago, chat. I am not gonna lie. I forgot we even streamed this week. And I forgot we did catch 42 on what do you call it, on Tuesday, and then I didn't stream yesterday. By the way, chat, did you guys catch anything yesterday or no?
Asian session.
I always close my winning positions early and hold my losses for long. What's your solution for this? My solution, if I'm being honest, is just to win more than you lose. Right? Our win rate is very high. Win rate will eventually take over the bigger losses than winners. Or again, you can just take a route and work on ways to reduce your losses. Right? My way of reducing losses might not be in a trade sometimes. It might just be overall. I'm reducing losses overall as I'm improving my game, my win rate, right? My wins, that's what I'm improving. So my risk management might be different from others. They might match each trade. I'm like, nah, I'm managing this whole entire, like I'm managing everything, right? The whole trade itself. So I don't know if that made sense. Yeah, it happens, man. Like, look at this, right? 10K loss, $204 win. It is what it is, right? But as your win rate is high, eventually you compound your account, right? Like those losses wouldn't really affect you. Like, look, at the beginning it was very tough, like, and then it just kind of picked up over time, right? So I deal with those things too. Who's that behind you? I don't know, man. Jerome. Jerome.
The seahorse.
Jerome in the house.
You gave him a name? Jerome the seahorse?
That's Jerome the seahorse, yeah. I'm gonna get a flag. And it's gonna have a picture of Jerome's face on it. I'm gonna put it behind my screen. On my wall.
No, it should have a picture of a printer.
Like, you guys know that the Ice Spice one? You guys ever seen that? I'm gonna get this, but Jerome Powell. I'm just gonna leave in the back of my setup, and that's me myself from now on.
I get the one.
Yeah, it's gonna be in my room exactly like this. It's gonna be Jerome.
Get him in pink.
Oh damn, we tapped 1900. Jerome pass. Jerome holding money. Oh, that's the money printer he's holding. No, that's funny. Do I like K-pop? I don't listen to it that much. When are you getting a buy since the trend reversed? Only got 1 hour and it's making higher, low. When I get in buys, yes, I will get in buys, but I want to see one price grab liquidity. I look left. I saw those arrows being 1896, 1893. So I'm gonna wait until price actually prints resistance, because that confirms that you're gonna come down and grab liquidity. If price does not form resistance here, which it looks like it might not do it before news, then for news you might just see continuation of price to drive up, or you might just see this, right? But what I want to see is more of like some type of resistance form here, like this, some type of range, maybe like a mini range, nothing crazy, right? And then all of a sudden, right, because you're respecting these levels here to the left, all of a sudden you get one count that comes up, breaks the highs, and since it's still below the range, we'll take a sell. And then the count plus bearish, and then we'll look for sells to come down to tap 1893. It's either that or the buys at 1893, because price has to make a decision at 1893, 1896. That decision could be to continue push down, or it could be to grab liquidity to go back up, right? So you can literally get the fake out back down like this. That'll break right through price. But even if price were to fake out and continue to push down, it's got to grab liquidity anyways. So that's why taking a buy wouldn't be too bad, because you have this area to take advantage of. You can take advantage of these the buys from 1893 to 1898, right? RTP could be up here because we're anticipating a count to drive up, but price may not do that. But at least it has room to go up towards 1893, 1898, and that's what we're looking to take advantage of later, right? We have like basically a double advantage point. So buys and sells, they both could happen. I don't know. We gotta wait for news here to play out in about 15 minutes, and then we'll hop on whatever prints. Cool. Were you at Bana? No, I was not at Carabana. I told Wix to fly. You're gonna trade after news? Where? Yeah, we are. We're gonna trade. Our trading times today are gonna be 8:31 to 9 a.m. 9:30. So someone said last time they had to go do a number 2 during 8:30. Please don't be that guy. Make sure you're here 8:32, 8:31 today, because that's when you want to really lock it in, right?
Last time Don said, yo, let's lock it in here, we waited another like 12 minutes before we took a trade, and some asshole went to the bathroom.
Yeah, it was just 12 minutes. You can chill right now because you don't have news yet, because I know we're not having a trade. I know we're not going to have a trade right now. We just know, right? It's not like some of the managers on print here and we're like, oh yeah, that's the one. No, bro, no matter what prints here, we gotta wait for news, because you need that structure to print. You need that confirmation in a catalyst, right? So it doesn't matter. You don't gotta watch price here. It's not gonna change. Like, you know how people place like a sports bet and then they watch the game? Like, bro, it's not gonna change the outcome. Watch the game or not watch the game, right? It's gonna move the way it moves. You know, Jason Tatum's gonna score 50 if he wants to score 50. This is how it works, right? So you don't gotta sit here and watch counts prints until you get your position. You can kind of just come back maybe a minute or two before news, redo your analysis, and then get prepared for positions.
Oh, there go 200 viewers.
Like, all right, Don, I'll see you at 8:30.
See 8:30. Back to Fortnite.
The limelight in Fortnite.
Moonlighter, Moonlighter.
You know that song?
That's my what? Bruh. That's the local homie.
Oh, what's his
Yeah,
name? Smoke Perp.
he got shot down the block.
In the moonlight, the limelight.
Get your mood right.
What's his name? Smoke Perp Freestyle.
Give me one more time. Wanna know that it could change. I need another
This guy's recording. You know damn well he is not recording.
Yeah. Someone else is like, I got it.
Diamonds on. Yeah. Diamonds, they sit on ice, yeah. Got a bad bitch all night, yeah. And we dance in the moonlight. And we dance in the moonlight. And she know what I do like. Run my dick like a sport bike. And she know what I do like. If I could hold you all night long. And so you know that you just my time, yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
And the limelight.
How
And
the fuck
Fortnite.
is this guy? Why is he famous?
He had a one banger song in 2017, and he was on the come up with Lil Pump. They were like brothers. And then
What happened? Lil Pump was
I don't
like,
know. I
nah,
don't
dog,
know.
you ain't got no talent.
Yo,
I gotta do this shit on my own.
it's tough being a rapper though. Like, you know, especially if you're not smart with your money, it's tough because that can come and go just like that, like disappear just like that.
And you're at the mercy of your label most of the time, right? If you, unless you're big, right? If you popped off without being unsigned, then you're good, right? Because you popped off, right?
Yeah, if you're like unsigned, you know,
if the reason you're big is because of the label and they promoted you and then
They're
you can't
taking
do
a
the
cut.
shit on your own,
yeah,
forget taking a cut. They'll cut you off.
yeah, and they can't control like what you want to release and everything. Like they control the whole.
They
do
control your fame.
Yeah.
They control your ceiling. Like, nope, cut him off. That's it. Now, what did he just do that freestyle?
Like it's crazy because like it's crazy how
Tell Lil
traders
Pump he on his own now.
like some traders make more than some, you know, rappers.
A lot of traders that are successful will make more than your record deal. They make more than some fucking, you know, professional athletes. So
Yeah, it's crazy. It really hit me though when
get your mind right.
it really hit me though when those streamers got like $15 million deals, $100 million deals, $80 million deals, you know, for streaming on a platform. Like just like that. It's like, bro, LeBron doesn't even make that much in a year. Or
Well,
Steph
you got
Curry.
football players trying to make a practice squad. They've been fucking practicing for 30 years, 20 years since
Trying
they
to
were
make it
born.
to a league, right?
Just make a squad anywhere.
Yeah.
Yo, get me the water boy. I'm be the anything. Can I be the bus driver? Stadium to stadium. There's people trying to get in there.
CR7
Yeah.
or Messi, the Corvette. C7.
C8.
Ooh.
CR7 or Florida man? Florida man all day.
What's the guy's name? Holland? I like that guy.
Holland.
Holland.
He's a fucking beast. Florida
money- you
man
have the money
scores
to do
9
Forex.
goals in 6 games.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think you need to have money to trade Forex. Like, what kind of money are you talking about? You don't need to have
Saudi
money.
Arabia,
You need to just
okay,
have
per week.
the skill, right, to make money in Forex. You don't need to have money. You can buy prop firms, you can buy this, you can buy that, but you're not going to pass with prop firms with no money. It's not going to happen. Or, sorry, you're not going to pass those prop firms with no skill. It's not going to happen. You must have skill. I heard a stat about prop firms. Do you know how many people? You know what the pass rate of prop firms are? 1%. 1% of people actually get funded and get withdrawals. I think 1% of people or 2% of people actually pass. 1% of people or less actually get the withdrawals. And actually you make it to the point where they get the withdrawals. Right? It's like, you know why though? Because everybody in a prop firm account is paying for more funds without having the skill or knowledge to do so. Of course you're gonna blow. Of course you're gonna fail funded, right? That's how fundeds make money off of you. But if you when you have that skill and you just focus on, you know, gaining that skill and improving, getting better, the rest will come naturally, right? It's like you don't rush the process because you want to get funded here, you want to change your life. With like this year with that funded account, like take your time with it, right? Like again, like till today, bro, I'm still learning to improve and get better each day. Like we're still doing that today. The same amount of energy I put into getting profitable, the same amount of energy I'm putting today, day in, day out, still times 10, actually more than I did before, right? With all the forward testing, with all like the calling Wix, telling him this, telling him I see this, like sound size and shit. Like this is what trading
now
is.
Now you know what needs to get done in order to, because before you're like, all right, I gotta figure this out. What do I need to do to really test this, to really make sure this works? Now you're like, all right, this is the process for making sure things work. You've optimized the process of figuring shit out. So
yeah, and
people are
it's
like,
just about,
I need to optimize the process and figure shit out. Now I've optimized the process of figuring shit out.
And that's the hard part. And that's a lot of mentors, I'll say, don't really teach you, right? They don't really teach you that. Comments open, by the way, right here. So you're gonna see some volume here, chat, in this 5-minute candle. Yeah, you're gonna see. Oh wow, my 15 could just reject. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you need to have again the skill in order to become obviously profitable, right? And not a lot of mentors teach you that when it comes to trading. A lot of mentors just teach you that, you know, as long as you risk manage this, that, but like it's just generic rules that they give you, and there's no like really, it's very vague, right? And it's hard to learn like that when it's very vague because you're hearing the same shit get repeated everywhere you go. It's like every mentor you go to, you hear the same 3 things. And you know why? It's because that's what traders want to hear. But that's not the truth. That's not how it works. We're just keeping it stacked, right?
Hold the shit out of that resistance. 1900, that's 6.5 on the dot.
1900.65. Oh, yeah, the resistance.
Dotsky. Still have to come back there though. We got to retest the eyes, especially if we're gonna drive down.
Yeah, news gonna do a lot of stuff here. But yeah, man, chat. It's definitely a journey, you know. And don't feel discouraged. It's good. It's good that you know, because you know what to prepare for. You know what to expect, right? And you'll eventually get what you want. Like, do you know the amount of people, chat, and you guys will probably vouch for me too, but back then when I had like on this account, like a 100K account, everyone was saying, yo, Don, do a funded, you get $1 million account. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna take my time on my live account and I'll get to where I want to get to as long as I keep, you know, sticking by my rules, my plan, and my game plan, right? And my journey. And that's what happened. The account is nearly at $1 million now, right? So like I didn't have to go funded. You know, I didn't have to change my routine. I just kind of got to where I got to. And everyone has their own route too. You can take the funded route and get to where you want to get to. But again, stay in your own lane, stay in your own route. Stay with what works best for you, right? The reason why I don't go funded and trade funded full time is just because it's just a different. It will change my way of workflow. For me, I spoke to Wix about this before too. When it comes to workflow, it's hard to adapt to in trading, right? Once you have a workflow, it's kind of hard to step out of that workflow. It'll take you some months, and those months could be a huge setback for you sometimes, right? So I rather just trade my account, knowing where my funds are, knowing how my funds are being made, and I'll get to wherever I want to get to, right? The skill.
Nice.
100K personal funds not to live off of. Yeah, but Also depends on where you live, you know, and what your expenses are. It's hard when you own businesses, right? It's hard to just have 100K and you need, because being entrepreneur, chat, it's not like guaranteed. Like I say, but when I wake up in the morning, I don't know if I'm making money today. I have no idea if I'm getting a position, if I'm making money, what to expect. I just sort of come with, what's that saying? I'm like running around like a headless chicken. I'm just like, I don't know where I'm going right today. I have no idea, right? But I can use my smell as a headless chicken, or actually I lied. No, you can't. I can use my legs as a headless chicken to kind of guide me on where I want to go. So off of probability, my legs in the past are used to these motions. I'm used to doing these, following these routines, and I know eventually later down the road it'll pay me, right? But I'm running like a headless chicken because I don't know what I can use. I can use my legs. Profits could be wins, loss, break evens, whatever it is. But I have my feet, which is my playbook, to guide me towards the destination. That's how I see it.
What the fuck is this man saying?
Headless chicken, Don. You got no head though.
You got no beak. How you gonna smell? Got nostrils on my ass, fool.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
You're right. Since the deposit 150K, it's normal to increase, but not everyone's such. Yeah, but it's not the point. See, like that answer alone tells you. I'm trying to tell you guys, that's not the point. Too focused on money. Focus more on skill. Focus more on catching 10 pips. Right? Focus more on the discipline. Focus more on the patience. Focus more on showing up every day. Right? That's what gets you there. Not focusing on, can I pass my 500K funded account? Nah, focus on the skill. You'll get there. You'll pass those accounts easily with ease, right? Hello, Vegas.
We can't go to Vegas. We bring Vegas here.
Vegas here in about 5 minutes, chat. If you guys go on some streams, it might be Vegas. Our stream won't be Vegas, though. Our stream will be kind of boring today. I'll say, yeah, it'll be very boring today. But I'll say our stream is more of like a scratch ticket. You know, it's kind of boring. You might make small wins here and there. Eventually, you get that big winner. But as you can see, we haven't had a bigger winner since like a year.
That's a pretty big winner.
I think our biggest runner this year, I lied, nah, it was this year, the 100 pips, but still, like, you know what I mean? It's been a while. It's been like at least 5 months since we had a huge runner. But hey, we'll get there. We'll get there without breaking any rules, any plans. Oh man, what's gonna happen here, man? 30-minute candle, 3 minutes close. I'm trying to see if because like you rejected this resistance like once already, right? So you're starting to form that resistance here, which is good. If you can just close bearish here in about 3 minutes here with this 30 candle and everything, or even better, close off below 1898. That'd be even better. But yeah, you start to reject. You form a top wick at 1902. Get some positions, but if we're starting to create lower wicks now, if you come down to re-break the lows and tap like 93, 95 and you flip on the news, you're just gonna continue up probably, which kind of isn't too bad. But how big are stops here? 1893 stops would be 1895. Well, that's not too bad. 80 pips. And positions that? No, we're waiting for price here. Waiting for news here, right? Any advice to remove emotions when in drawdown? You know what you should watch? You should watch
The higher time frames, the 4 hour.
Watch the stream you had last Thursday. Watch the August 10th stream. Watch the full stream because the whole stream we were in drawdown. It was a pretty decent drawdown too, in front of a live audience, right? Watch that, and then, you know, come back and watch us because we showed you how to deal with emotions in that stream. You see a live example, right? Because it's kind of hard to tell people what to do because it's hard to just adapt right away. But when you see somebody do it, it's much better. Like you see me being in a drawdown, and then seeing me survive the drawdown, and then, you know, not being impulsive, not being emotional about it, and then just closing off. The whole thing was there. Oh shit! Lock it in chat. You have about 45 seconds here for news. You're starting to push up again. You form the bottom wick. You're re-breaking the high, so you might see another push up towards 1903 here before coming down, if anything. I don't know if this forecast has enough time to flip bearish here. Let's see if we can tap 1903 here, chat. 0.322. Your resistance is at 1905. Minor resistance at 1902. So 1903. I forgot what that was exactly, but let's see if that.
2, 1.
All right. Unemployment claims, by the way, right here, right now, as we speak.
Ending. You know why they do that, right? So they can make money off the people that are getting it right away.
Oh shit. Bottom wick. So you're coming down the tap. Okay, so we tap 1896. Is that strong enough a level to hold yet? Or will we continue to push past? Let's see.
Good numbers on the Philly Fed manufacturing.
How many folds are there today? Oh, 3. All right, pending on unemployment claims, but I'm assuming it came out mixed because it's not really pushing here yet, right? If it rebreaks its own low at 96, then
good numbers across the board.
All right. Let's see if we can grab liquidity at 92 here, because that would be perfect now.
Flip, yeah.
We did flip, right? We did flip already on a 30. I think you broke the highs even, or you came up to the highs.
Yeah, I think if we come up and grab a wick at 1902 and flip bearish, it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
That's a packy right there.
Yeah, that's a pack.
Like, yeah, that's probably wondering, like, why did numbers come out good, but gold's not headed down yet? Sometimes it takes a minute for price to react, right? Or maybe it might have been priced in already, or whatever it is. I don't know. But that's why I say I always follow price action, because price action shows me whatever's happening anyways. It shows me
I trade on my own,
what it's printing,
nice.
you know, where it's rejecting, where it's grabbing liquidity, what I need in order to take positions,
oh,
right?
Nice,
so
nice, awesome.
I don't need to rely on news for that.
Even when you know how to
like
trade, it's still a good time to chill, right? Like at one point I knew exactly how to.
Yeah, but the candles reflected, right? So it's just about price action now. So price can just literally just come up, break the highs one more time after closing here. Less bearish, we'll look for sales coming down probably. Because before coming up here, I'm assuming you gotta tap 93. That's your next support.
Yeah, we don't know if we're gonna drive on a daily. We just know we gotta retest the daily lows. Previous day had no bottom wick.
The previous daily had no bottom wick. Yeah, we could just flip on a daily for all I know. Yep.
I don't know about the flip and drive,
it's
but
probably like
to retest the daily lows.
It's probably like 25% of what you normally see.
Good numbers across the board, just by a bit.
Very good.
All right, so rebreaking the lows here. Typically, what I would see with the rebreak of lows is you would break the lows and continue to drive. But looking at this chart, the next candle or the candle after, as long as you continue to, again, respect this resistance here.
Resistance, yeah.
You know, at any given point, this can happen. You just come up, break the highs again, and you can get a wick entry at 1902. So I'll prefer if we just close bearish here, and if we break the highs one more time, because you can get an entry on the flip, or you can get an entry on the wick entry.
Break the highs, we just can't close above the highs.
Yeah, because if it closes above the highs, then that means we're breaking structure, and you're gonna continue to push up past 1900 towards like 1905 and shit, right? And 30 could run down from here, but I highly doubt it, because again, you need the motion to form, you need the zucchini to form, you need all that stuff to form before actually looking for ourselves here to come down. If you're gonna drop down to, right, towards where next? Where's your next support? 1886. You need a lot of liquidity in order for that to happen, right? So you're gonna see another push. You're gonna see another push up to re-break the highs before any of that happens. So I wouldn't trip out. I wouldn't get FOMO on this push just yet, because if I wanted to drive, I would have drove by now. Would have drove straight past the support. But it's struggling here, and it's likely struggling because it needs to grab more liquid to come down. More water.
Speaking of liquidity. H2O.
Previous vibes. And did it close bearish?
No,
Don't close doji.
isn't closed yet.
It's gonna close. It's gonna close bullish. Why is it?
Nope. No.
It's not close doji here. Watch. 3, 2, 1. Zoop. Zoop. All right. Hey, I ain't tripping. But that technically is a doji candle on a 15-minute time frame. If you were to break it backwards, you see these two candles can't line up. Probably at 15. All right, well, let's see what this candle does here. It did close bearish. It did respect 1900. So can we break the highs and tap into 1903 here before making a decision on where it wants to go next? That's all I want to see here.
I just want to see a candle with no top wick above the range.
Yeah, that was the entry. That was literally this entry right here. Yesterday,
Yep,
this one at whatever time, the breakout lows. That was it. That was a wick.
9 o'clock.
Because
9
look,
a.m.,
you
9 p.m.
did not have enough liquidity to push down yesterday. Like, this was not enough. You gotta get a faker or something. And even if it were to drive down, take an entry here, it's gonna eventually gonna come up and retest, right? So it's like, it was a perfect entry.
That was it. That was our Asian session.
This candle's pretty interesting right now. Could push up, chat, could reject. I don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Flips here.
We're just gonna wait for it to really form first, all right? We'll get FOMO though. Your positions are likely gonna be either 845, 840, or it's gonna be 910, 915.
So what you're saying is basically 10:30. We should see a solid push.
1030, yeah. Oh, here's the break of the highs. That's perfect. How is it gonna close? So look, the 30-minute count could eventually come down, create a bomb wick to flip bullish again, right? But the 515 could still come up, continue pushing back down.
Might need to see the 4-hour through.
Yeah. I think there are only two levels to it.
I think at that point, if you're seeing the 4-hour through once it closes, you're going to need to see the first 15-20 to see how the 4 hours opening. So you're looking probably at an NYSE open position.
You hear that, chat? Another 45 minutes.
I'd say more like an hour, like 9:45.
Could be 10:30. We could end up getting buys. So we're gonna have to probably tap here into 1903, right? Which is where we want to press the tap. There's no sellers there yet, right? Nothing you can do yet, but we have to see how this candle closes here, because if you see the close bearish in 2 minutes, that'd be perfect. If not, then we might have to wait for the 15 close. And if the 15 doesn't close bearish to doji, then you gotta wait for the 4-hour close. And the 4-hour close be our positions. Yeah, I wanted buys too, chat, but again, I wanted to see 94, 93 get tapped, like in those boxes there, because that's where I saw price get tapped into last time before pushing up towards 1903, right? So I was looking for the exact same price point this time.
Which we're basing your analysis on fundamentals only, right?
Yeah.
Your analysis, whole analysis would have broke down here.
This buy might close below the range. So it tapped 1903 kinda, not really, almost, but it tapped into that range there, so that's good. Let's just see how it rejects here, or if it rejects. If it re-breaks the highs here, it's gonna continue to push, as it's not gonna close below. But if it doesn't re-break the high at 1902,670, and it's starting to reject right now, it should continue to push right now. If you see it stop pushing, then that means that it could end up closing bullish or above the range, whatever, right? So, but this is the push. Like on a 1 minute time frame, you'll see the structure being built, and you'll see like some type of clean traffic. It's just about now we can mirror just push it down or not. Because that'll be the 5 minute candle closing below. Right? And since this candle closes bullish, if it closes bullish, the next candle can literally do something like this, where it comes up, fills the wick, and as it does that, that'll be ourselves. That, because we're still below this range here, right? And any given point, that can happen. You can come up, fill a wick, come down, flip bearish, and that'll be your entry for sells. So let's see how this candle closes here. You have about 14 seconds left. If it can close below 1900, 709, that'd be amazing. And then you need a bullish candle, and then that bullish candle will be your entry after we break the highs or fill that wick at 1902. Let's drop down. Yeah, cool. So you close below. All right, so now you have 15 closure in 4 minutes here. So you're assuming that if you were to come up, create a top wick, the 15 will pull back. Because even if you take a sell at 1903, 1902, as the 15 closes bullish, it's got to create a bottom wick again. So you have that range from here to here, which is 20 pips to take advantage of. Stops to break even, close foe, whatever it is you want to do, right? So you have lots of ranges there that you can take advantage of. It's just if we can come up towards there first. Pretty simple, right, chat? Pretty simple. You guys keeping up? No, I'm not checking charts for stream right now.
Or ever.
Not right now. Charts for stream are on pause right now until we reevaluate.
We need a screener. Once we find a screener, then Ask for Stream is on pause right now.
1902. What level is this? This could be potential. 1902.282. Oh yeah, perfect. Right there. 1902.282. That's where we're looking for sells at, chat. So we just gotta push up towards that area. Reject 1902. We look for sells from there for a wick entry to come down towards probably this support or this support down here. And we have this 20 pip runner or 15 to 20 pip range to take advantage of. Nice. This guy just push down, push back up. Am I tripping? Oh yeah, close bullish on the 1 minute. Bro, I took a sell. Will it come down? Please tell me. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm waiting for price to tap those ranges. If this 50 could have no top wick, that would be perfect. Lock it in, lock it in, lock it in. What's Don typing?
Donbo. Just typing.
Bigger stops, babe. This 5 closes below the range, that'll be even better. That'll be even better. This 5 can close below, because that'll be the 15 close and the 5 close. You don't gotta worry about the 15 closing above and forming a bottom wick. You just worry about the 15 creating a top wick, come back down because it's still below the range. Stops are gonna be probably 1908. Oh, you can use that too. Chat's like, no, why? Oh man.
Because at this area you have a chance for pineapples.
Yeah, if you get entries at 1902, probably 1911 888.
Why not here?
Why not where? Up there? Oh, okay, might as well move up towards there. Well, might as well move up towards here. And then up towards here. Yo, this wick right here, 1930. Oof. That's it right there.
Pineapple on pineapple on pineapple on pineapple on pineapple.
400 pip stop loss. Wow.
Easy clap.
Oh, where did it reject off the 5? Oh, 1901 956. Okay, interesting. Where was that? This 15's got to come up. Okay, but this is a good chat. This 5 is closing bearish now. This 15 is closing bearish as well. You're going to see the top wick here for this 15. Once you tap 1902, we'll look for entries, okay? 1902.281. Be patient. You might see a push down here, but again, would you rather be in a trade, not shitting your pants, knowing exactly what you waited for has formed, or get in a trade now because you have FOMO? Be ahead of my plan. I want to be on par with my plan. So it didn't flip yet. Can it re-break its own high? Once it re-breaks its own high, you're gonna see a push up towards 1902. It's just got to re-break the high, or at least towards 1901. The hard part is the 1901. This is when we could take an entry at 1901 instead. Just right after it breaks the high at 1901.569. Doesn't have to be 1902.282. That's gonna be anywhere in this box here for entries probably. All right, anywhere in this yellow, in this purple box. Depends how fast it moves, how it closes, how it's forming right now, how it's printing, right? Because right now you might not see on the 5, but on smaller time you're gonna see higher highs, higher lows. That's what's forming right now. Because remember it opened up, it pushed up, then it came down, then it pushed up, came down, like it pushed up and came down a bunch of times. The 1 minute is forming a range right now, which means that there's a resistance on the 1 minute time frame. So if you're on the 1 minute, you're gonna see it, right? There's a range. This is the range, and you've been closing below these ranges here. So any given point, this can happen on the 1 minute time frame, right? And as that happens, the 5 will obviously reflect as well. The difference is the 1 minute is forming the exact same range as the 5, just in different time frames. And that's how they kind of line up in this case. Right? It's still in that range. You see how it hasn't broken the highs or lows yet? The 1 minute is still in the exact same range. Once it breaks its own low, it could change. Or it can close below once that'll change the that'll make the 5 move again.
What are you waiting for? The sell buys.
Sell buys. What are you waiting for? I'll take a trade already, man. Come on, man. Just take it. Unfortunately, I cannot. I cannot, man. I cannot. I've seen this situation too many times. I've missed the move too many times.
I cannot.
What's that one song?
Too many times. That song?
This one.
Not that song.
And I swear I done said too many tears for niggas that I won't get back.
Stream down.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. Is that it? Look at the 1 minute starting to break out. Right? Starting to break out and look left. It has clean track. Maybe. Potentially. Right? If that forms. That'll be your entry. Or close. How's it gonna close here? It's gonna close. Oh yeah, it's gonna close 10 minutes here. Might close respecting. Where's your 4 resistance wicks? I have it at 1896, but I do not want to close below there just yet. And if it does close below there, then because we need a steep wick if it does that. And we need to fill that wick first.
I just have the overall
Like
resistance.
1900.
1900 6.5.
Yeah. If it could close below 96, then we're gonna have to wait for that top wick to get filled first, and then the sells down. Which isn't bad, but
Because we can look at the 4 hour, but I'd still need it below the overall.
yeah. Yeah, let's see. Depends how the 4 closes. I mean, unless you close above 1900, which I highly doubt here.
It can with no top wick.
I'll try it back in like 2 seconds. Hold on.
Always leaves on the 4 hour close, chat. Always. All right, well, it's that time again. Shameless Asian session plug numero uno of the day. We're going to be back. We're going to look to continue the streak at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. We've had a trade every single Asian session this week. We've had a W every single Asian session this week. So show up. Let's finish off the week strong. $3K people here. Yes, drop a like, sub to the channel, turn on your notifications. This way you know when Don's on. Go to my channel right there. The MAGA posted the link. Sub to that channel as well. But no peak viewers on Asian. No, we had 870 yesterday, 872. Peak viewers for Asian session was 980. Viewers bad luck. We make our own luck. There was plenty of sessions where we had peak viewers and we won. $8 p.m. Eastern, we are live for Asian.
Yo, maybe we can get a pineapple. Like, we could take an entry at 1900, and if it ends up retracing past 1900, we take another wick entry at 1902. Take a 20 pip difference. But if you were to come up, you gotta retest the lows, come down, right? But chances of it doing it after forming this now, because it formed this, close below, right? So you're still below his ranges now. Chance of it breaking the high today, I mean, since you're still respecting this resistance is a lot lower. And then you can just take an entry here, take an entry there if anything. And by the time you come, if you were to come up like this, can't you just like create a bottom wick anyways, right? But like when do you ever see this form on price? Very rare. Where you see this grab and just continue to push up. Because if this was grabbed to come down, then it needs to grab to come back up. And it's gonna grab. It might not grab here again because it already grabbed here. But if it goes up, it's gonna at least grab 1900 again, which is the most recent. It's forming a new range, right? So could we just take an entry there and an entry there? Right, chat? That's how I'm looking at here. This 15 in about 5 minutes closes. The 1 hour closes as well. It's, I don't know. It could be the 1 hour close. Could be right when we tap 1900 there.
You want the 1 hour doji?
Yeah, but this 5 might close no top wick here. You know what that means?
Next candle top wick. As soon as we.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's 8:54. That's not the wrong candle. You still have another 5 after.
Yeah, you do. So can you tap it? And because like right now it's basically a doji area, 1999 or 1899. So can the next 5 close? No, can this 5 close no top wick? Next 5 closes bearish or closes doji, and that would be the 1 hour closing doji. But instead you have a book entry here. I don't know. I'm just putting out plays. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have a top wick. Never mind.
Just like drawing things.
I like to just like put out as much ideas as possible until one lines up. It's like brainstorming, chat. That's what trading is really. It's like just brainstorming and just making diagrams.
Making what?
Diagrams.
Diagram. Not that first one.
Guys, let's pray. All right. Well, that was a fast top wick. Okay. Can we tap 1900 though? DJ, would you just kind of sitting here? It's been pushing up though. Wow. Wow.
Good thing that we do not care.
Oh man. Yeah, because even if you were to drive down, you need liquidity to drive down. So that definitely was not the sell. You're gonna at least break the highs. And now you broke the highs, but the broken highs now are closing above the range. So look at the weekly, it could be a bottom wick. Monthly could be a bottom wick. Yeah, this is going up. Damn, it's crazy.
Marco's creeping in the chat. Oh, no, he's not here.
Marcos.
Yeah, is he here?
Is your funded account still alive? Let's find out, chat. We'll find out together.
We get that button. No, I already got Stephen A. saying that. I got Stephen A. Smith. That's Marcus's button. Marco's button.
Have you heard of the 11 a.m. rule? We make our own rules, right? I don't know what that rule. I've never came across that rule. I don't believe in rules. I believe in repetition. Rules aren't real if they aren't proven to be real. All right, 1999. What is real? Waking up, coming to the charts, sitting here every day, seeing the same things print over time, collecting the same data / same patterns, seeing things, not thinking of things. That's what real is. Doesn't, like, you know how people say don't trade Monday, don't trade Friday? That's a rule. Why is that? How is that going to affect my trading? If the markets are moving, the markets are moving. Right?
Hey, that's what I tell myself every time after I blow my funded. Wix, how you wash your hair? With water and shampoo. How do you wash your hair?
Water and shampoo.
Why, do you wash your hair as well?
All right. 1 hour count close.
The washing machine when I unclip it every evening and then I drop it in the fucking dishwasher.
What? What? Alright, bro.
Giving out gems.
Alright.
I'm not gonna gatekeep my routine.
So 1 hour close here in about 32 seconds, guys. Hang on. Hang on a little longer. What level is this? The 1 hour flip? Okay, cool. Can you close? 1899, 131. Or were you closed? Bullish above the range. See the 4 counts on close. Basically at the top of the range. Then close above most recent, but not the most recent. Not major. Major 1901. It's gonna close above, I guess. Well, actually, you know what? It closed right at it. I lied. I spoke way too soon. Let's see. So that's an okay. You know what? Let's go back to the charts real quick. Let's go on to 515. That's your top wick. You know what I'm about to do here, chat?
Now, man.
I'm about to take a sell right. Wait. Give it a second.
Hold the line.
All right. Right there. Check us out here on price. At 1983. It might move quick, chat, so be very cautious. But I'm about to give you guys a stop loss and everything. Stop loss is gonna be up here. Where is it? Stop loss gonna be up here at 1908. Target is gonna be down here at 1892. For now, it might change. All right, but that was our entry. Okay, so yeah, gone sells there. The plan of this trade here, we explained it earlier before the account opened up, is if price were to continue to drive up towards these ranges here, it's got to grab liquidity first. Look left, it grabbed liquidity here in the past. So once price taps like 1897, 1896, we'll start to close out partials, move stocks to break even. But to be honest, in this case, break even is going to be likely the flip. So 1899 will be the break even point. I think once price taps 1899, which is the current kind of flip, is going to be like 15 to 16 pips in profit, and we'll move stocks to break even. All right, but as of right now, we still have the trade running, and I'm expecting it to come down to at least 1897, 1896 before making a decision to fly up. So that's what I got going on here. All right. How big was this? 1011. You know what, chat? My bad. Stop's gonna be 1912.041. That's why I set in the signal channel. So I'm just gonna leave it there for now. All right. 1912.041 is the exact stop. And then target is gonna be, I put 1887. My fault. I had to do it quick. But yeah, this is the entry, and this is the stop loss. This is to be. Okay. So let's see if the account can flip here, because once it flips bullish, there's no reason for it to re-break its own high again.
You just kidding, Chad. Stops are gonna be break even in about 2 minutes.
Just kidding.
He was just joking.
Target is 1887. Our stop loss 1912.
Something like W 10 pips.
Yeah, we are at 10 pips. I want to see a flip though. Once it flips bearish, we'll like move stocks to break even. So it's 1899. If it flips, you're gonna see a hard flip though. A very hard flip. We have like a decent entry. It's not the wickedest entry, but it's decent enough. If a 5 close here, I would prefer the 5 can close doji or bearish or doji. Cool, chat. Count flip bearish. I'm gonna move my stops to break even here. And I'm gonna close off 50% of my positions right here.
Hey yo.
Hey yo. So closing off 50% of my positions. If I can. Let me get to my phone. Alright, there we go. Alright, cool. Close out 50% of my positions. I think around like 8 pips, something like that. I'm gonna let the rest rock towards TP, okay? Because we have a high right now that if it were to break, it's gonna create a steeper top wick, and it could fill that entire wick to the left in the 1 hour time frame. If this is a wick entry, then this is where it should flip on, right? There's no reason to re-break the highs. Even if you close bearish here on the 5 year or bullish, you break the high, again, it can come up with the 1 hour candle and continue to push up towards the next resistance, right? So you want to just, secure some profits here, stops to break even, and let it rock. Or you can let it rock and just move stops to break even. It's up to you, right? But I close half. I'm comfortable doing that. I'm just gonna let the rest rock towards TP. And TP again, 1887, but it's gonna be here for now. This five closed bullish here, right? So if we can break the lows, that'll be perfect. It'll be the 15 breakout lows, 30-minute breakout lows, 1 hour breakout lows. I don't think you broke the lows yet.
I come up re-break the wick.
The wick is still coming out, yeah. It didn't tap chat. It didn't tap 1902, right? So if it does re-break the highs and taps 1902, we might have a second entry. Because if it re-breaks these highs right here, it's gonna break the highs at 1902, 1903, which is the original entry point that we wanted, right? So because this is supposed to be a pineapple. This is the first position, and if this one doesn't reject, then we'll have a second position. But this position, oh wait,
I got taken.
We might get stopped out here. Break even, but yeah, there we go. Break even hit, right? So this position was supposed to be the pineapple. It just ended up playing out. So I'm gonna wait for this candle to break the highs. It's gonna break it now, 1903, and then once it breaks the highs, we can have some entries, but not yet, because you want to see how this 5 closes here. You want to see this 5 close respecting, or you want to see this 5 closing no top wick on high. It can easily just flat to 1903, 1904. So you don't want to sell here again, because it's sort of different structure, different candle printing, different candle formation now on a smaller time frame, on a higher time frame, right? The 1 minute and 5 are printing something completely different now. So you want to just wait a little bit before you get those second positions, all right? Don't get FOMO on this candle here. You're likely going to see another push. Don't stress. What did I secure there? 1.8. What is that? Like 6 pips? 6 pips?
W. I had to put 3 pip loss as a loss. That's a W.
It is what it is.
I got on my ass.
Wasn't anything life-changing, chat. But again, your trades will never be life-changing. So you catching 6 pips versus you catching 100 pips won't make a huge difference in your life. It won't change the way you trade. It won't change the way you approach the markets. Right? But following the same plan every day will give you that change over time. So don't sweat it. Don't sweat it, man. We caught 7 pips on Friday, and then Monday, and then we caught the next day on Tuesday 4-3, right? So we might have another trade that might run past 7 pips. Might run for 100 pips, 110 pips. I don't know.
No, we always say, chat, right? Don't sweat the petty stuff, and don't pet the sweaty stuff.
Yes.
That's what we always say.
Let's see here, man. Let's see what happens here. This is struggling to reflip bearish here. You may see a pop. And this 15 closes in about 7 minutes here. Should see a pop here. Right, look at the 1 minute time frame. What range does it have to fill? It has to fill this range now. Right, so you're gonna see this count pop up, break the highs, and do something like that. And then the decision factor is gonna be once it taps 1903. Right, because we know it's gonna fill this range here, but what happens after that? Right, is it gonna close above, or is it gonna come back down? No top wick again. Has a couple more pips to go. Should see a pop here. And there's the pop, right? So that was the pop. You're coming up to re-break the highs now. Now this is when things get interesting. About 45 seconds before it close. If you have no top wick on this close, chat, we may have a second entry. It might be a better entry than the first entry. It might actually tap our initial entry point that we wanted at 1903.170. Smaller stops too. No top wick. It has no top wick, chat. We'll wait for price to come up, break the highs, tap 1903. That'll be preferred.
Oh, true.
Yes, no top wick. Lovely.
Ooh.
Lovely. All right, cool. So, well, barely a top wick, right? You want to see this candle break the highs though, 1903. So once it taps, like, I'll say 1903, probably. To be honest, you might see 1903, 593. Let me look left again and recheck, but 1903.595 ish.
Recheck.
Yeah, 1904, 400 actually. 1904, 400. That makes sense too because the one area has no top wick then on the left. Yeah, 1904.406. Yeah. Because this candle's gonna fly towards 1904 here. I doubt it's just gonna hover here. See a pop. A 2 num for a pop.
Poppity.
Yep. Guys ready for a pop? Yeah. So it's breaking the highs, right? Let's see if we can drive. It broke that wick to the left. Should fill the wick at 1903, 118. I'm trying to see if there's a 4 resistance at 1904. I think there is. 1904, 1905. Those are my levels.
We're gonna need to flip here on this one.
This 15? Yeah.
5 eventually the 15, yeah.
If this 15 closes bearish at doji, then you get a top wick tap for 1902 will be in there.
Five flip.
Yeah. Five flip again. You break the highs there in the 5. If the 50 has no topic, that would be even better, but I don't know.
Yeah, I look for the 1530s, no top wick, and then drop down to the 5 for the entry. But I look for the 1530 or the 1 to respect support and resistance, give me an indication that a level has been established.
Patience. Yeah, 1904. 1904. Or it's 1907. But 1904 to drive down towards 1901. So that's a 30 pip range you can take advantage of. Pretty decent range. Unless it's 15 closes doji here. Might get the same entry as earlier then. Because there's a 15 closes doji below 1900 chat. Right? You might get the same entry you had earlier, which is 1902 areas, 1901 areas, instead of 1904. Because if you're closing below, you're gonna likely retest the highs at 1902 before coming down. It sort of changes the structure of it. Because this is the high now. 1 minute. Let's see. I doubt it. I doubt it's gonna close below, but if it does, then I would not be complaining. Both is fine.
Don't understand now the way
What-
down trades. I missed the closures below the range, and you also missed the move that happens.
Yo, if you chat, the thing about the buys here is if you don't get the sells here, and prices continues to push down, you can just get a wick entry for the buys at 1898 anyways, 1898, 1899, because the price would drive up, right? Because the one I'm assuming the 15's gonna close bullish here, right? So like if you don't get the entry for sells coming down towards 1893, because we're looking to take the pullback anyways, that wasn't the initial push, right? We're bullish right now, right? So worst case, we get the entry over here instead. 1898 in these areas here. We'll have the wick entry for the buys going up towards 1908, right? So again, it's like that's why I'm very patient right now with the sells, because I understand that there's also buys as well that we can take. It's not just only sells. It's not just only buys today. There's 15. How do I close here? Bullish above. Yeah, so close bullish above the range here. Let's see what happens here. There's a pop, 1903. Can I draw towards 1904 here? What is this? 1904. 739. Come on, chat. 2 more trades and I can clear a 10K, negative 10K on my screen here. 2 more trades until it'll be all blue again. True blue. Wow, look at this. True blue here. All blue here. All red here though. Ew. All red here. All red there. True red. The power of waiting. Yeah. I talk fast. I try to slow it down, but my brain just, you know, moves like that sometimes. It's only 9:30, chat. You are chilling right now. You are relaxing. No one should be stressed right now. At all.
How'd they get my email? Tell them to email me instead of you.
It's 1:30 a.m. for me. Then go to bed, man. Trading is not worth your sleep sometimes. You know, you gotta get some rest. You gotta get some energy. Some people's brains can't function on less sleep. Some people. Hey man, if the 4 count hasn't flipped bearish yet, I'm assuming this 4 count is just gonna continue to drive up. I'm assuming it's gonna continue to drive up here towards probably 1905 here, 1905, 1907. So I'm trying to see if we can get some entries at 1899. We're only like 30 pips away.
It depends here. Like this 30 is gonna be big. Let's see if the 5 flips here or not, because 30 comes back down, closes below. Next 30 top wick will fall in line with the fundamentals.
So I'm trying to see if we're mirroring this push here.
You could be getting, remember I said
towards 1908.
on the higher time frame, you might be getting the zucchini and the motion just on the 4 hour.
Yeah.
See, as we made this dip here, now we're coming back into this little range.
Ooh. Ooh.
So that's basically your motion there, right? Once you tap here, tapped here, came back up here. Now this area fits across the board.
Yeah, plus this 15 close above the range too. 1500, 1900 now.
This would be tough to read if you didn't go through like the first 2 years of our strategy, because you needed to learn things about candles and how they print in order to apply them and use them with the strategy to use them with these levels.
Like you're gonna notice we're still doing the same things. Just
still reading the candles the same way.
Yeah, our trading strategy has been always 9% reading candles, like 10% actually transform resistance. Because what's it come down to? No top wick, no bottom wick. Where's the bottom wick? Where's the top wick? Right? Like look at this. No, 15 has no bottom wick. If you get a bottom wick tapper 1900 chat, I look for buys. I look for buys going up towards 1906. Pretty decent target. Pretty, I'll say, achievable target. All right, but that's it probably though. Nothing crazy. Nothing like the sell. The sells have more potential to come down. For the buys, probably just gonna be 1906 because that's where you make your decision at here, right? But because if you come down towards 1900, that's nearly the 4 hour flip. If the 4 count does not flip there, then you should continue to make your way up towards 1906 next. So it could be a wick, it could be a flip entry, or it could be a wick entry. We'll see. All right, so this 15's coming down here. $18 more pips there, let's see. I want to see this 5 can flip here, right? It's going to be 1900.206 chat will be the entry point. 1900.206. This 5 might not have enough time to come all the way down towards 1900 and then flip. Let's see. If it doesn't, then we might have to wait for the 5-minute candle close. And we'll want to probably close respecting 1901.804. Because if it respects that support, the next 5 will come down and continue to push up. Because it's still respecting these areas to the left, right? And then you'll be mirroring these counts to the left here before driving up. If it's like the last minute, I'll probably wait for the 5-minute close. If it's like, you know, in the next 20 seconds, then we'll have entries, but a lot to push down. Yeah, the stall entries, anyway, we wouldn't have tapped. The stall entries were 1904.400. So it needs to tap that level still, right? This level right here is pretty important, pretty crucial. It's a level where price must tap in order to make a decision on where it wants to go next. So before you see it moving up or down here in price, you're going to see it retest the highs, even if it were to drive down. Because if it were to drive down, where's it going to drive down towards? 1891, right? And since you've been closing above 1901, or close below, right? So since it's different in this case, the situation is different. At any given point, you can just tap 1903, and you can project to continue down. So yeah, the buys will be looking for from here to here, right? Here to here minimum, and here to here probably TP. You have a minute left for this 5 closure, so you want this 5 to really close respect and support. minutes closure as well. 30 minute high likely will close bullish as well. All right, cool. Doji. It's good that it's respecting 1901 though, because if it wasn't respecting, then we would have needed to wait for an extra closure. But since it's respecting, the next 5 entry could literally be our entry. As long as it comes down and taps 1901 or 1900.206, we'll be in there. But it just needs to tap it for buys. Right? Think about it just like major zones. You have a major zone here on price, right? 1903, and you have a major zone here now, or major zone down here. These are your 2 main areas right now that you gotta pay attention to, but it's your current supply and demand, right? It's the areas where price is gonna create some type of motion at before driving in a certain direction. You won't just break straight through it, right? You'll create some motion there. You'll create resistance there to come down. You create some support there to go back up. It's levels of supply and demand. So as you form the motion, you'll be also grabbing liquidity, and that's why those areas are your advantage points, because if you get a wick entry, it likely will be good to continue down or continue up based on those areas there to the left. You have opportunities to get out break even, close full at, right? All right, so it's 5, close doji. Came close, came down to 1901, but even if this 30 closes bullish here, as long as it closes above like 1901, again 30 minute as well in the next 5 minutes candle, it literally just close above this range like this. Once it closes above the range, a bottom wick and then a flip, right? So this, like, where's the bottom wick area? Look left. You're gonna see it. It's gonna be in these ranges here, right? Rejections here, rejections here, rejections down here, rejections up here, rejections here. What's the medium average? If you were to average all those levels out, draw a line from here, then here, then here, then here. What does that lead you to? Probably right around here, right? I'll say that's a pretty good area. So right there is where you'll expect the bottom wick on a 30-minute candle before driving up, since you're expecting this 30-minute candle to close above, and then that bottom wick will be our entry. Because even if you were to drive down, look left, last minute drove down, where they reject, same price points. So if you get the wick entry and it's not a wick entry and you drive straight down, you're gonna come back up to retest those highs before pushing down to retest the lows, right? So you have that to your advantage as well.
Activated to Vegas.
Activated. I want to be activated. You should see a pop here though. Like, you haven't moved much, right? For what do you call it? Unemployment claims. Numbers came on all positive. You didn't drive down. You eventually gotta move today. Could be right now. Could be at 5 p.m. chat. Twix is like, huh? You follow SRC? I follow DVS. Does it look like we treat SRC? Right? Maybe in terms of support and resistance, probably, but the more you watch, probably the more you realize how, you know, how different it is, really. I trade ICT. was mentioned many times by Roger. He's denying it. What am I denying, bro? I literally said earlier today that I sent my first chart to Raja. Or not my first chart, but one of my charts to Raja. Well, what did I deny? I just don't trade like SRC right now. We trade completely different. Go in history and go on my stream for a week. And tell me we use the same, take the same entries. You know, it's completely different. This debate is like 2 years old now. 3 years old, maybe. Maybe 4. The new mentor chat is ICT, man. How about Lamaroo? That guy's a goat, man. Oh, let's count close nicely. Oh, can we tap 1900 here? Get ready, chat. It could reject off of 1901, but I want to see 1900 get tapped there before I take an entry. 1900.721. Should be able to re-break the lows. All right. Chat, gonna take a buy entry here on price right now, as that count for a bottom on wick. That's a 3-minute bottom on wick as well, right? So same thing you mentioned earlier, 3-minute bottom on wick, 5-minute bottom on wick, 15 bottom on wick, all same bottom on wicks. Target is gonna be 1906. And stops are gonna be 1891 for now. Hard stop, obviously, right? This kind of has no top wick as well, so even if it doesn't reject here to continue pushing up, it's gotta create a top wick for that 3-minute candle anyways. So and we might have pineapples later on, we'll see, but this is the entry I had. All right, entry was at 1900.96. NYC open here, so move stops to break even probably at 1903.545. So once price taps like 1903.515 chat, that's when we're gonna move stops to break even and make it a risk-free trade. The first thing this candle did on 30-minute candle, right, when it opened up, was close above the one and close above the range 2, and it came down right away for a bottom wick, right? So you're assuming this candle's gonna come up to at least re-break its own high, and that re-break of its own high will be your break-even point, which is gonna be around 15-16 pips, break-even minimum, right? And then we'll let the rest rock towards TP, or we'll manage risk accordingly. We'll close half or whatever it is, right? But that's my trade I'm in right now. Stop loss is 1891. 949, and target is 1906. 051. I want to see if we can get a pineapple, but if we were to get pineapples, chat, being realistic, it's probably gonna be at 1897, 1896. That'd be the pineapple we'll have. Yeah, probably around here. Because this is the first level of rejection is gonna be at 1900 there, and second area rejection is gonna be around like 1897.069. Right, and then obviously if you break the 4 lows, then you're going all the way down towards you might end up continuing to push further down, but that's why our stop is right there at 1892. Let's see. Yeah. That'll be 27,000. What's your pineapple entry, Wix?
What's my what?
What will be your pineapple entry?
I have a level here at 1896.6.
1890.86. TP 1906.
Ooh, no bottom look on the 5.
If we can come down tab 97 here, I'll be in there. Second entries are key here too, because you have range to get out of if we don't, because if you don't break the highs, right? Because you know how you chat used to like take an entry and break the highs on third man tapper and stuff. The chances of it breaking highs if we're closing bearish back into the ranges are a lot lower, but the chances of you retesting the resistance, which is our entry right here, is a lot higher. So by the time price comes back up to the break-even point on the first position, your second position would be in profit, and then you can get out on both positions where it is at break-even, or one in profit, one at break-even, which is going to be around 30 pips if we get the exact entry at 1897. It also helps that the candle has no top wick too, right? And you need some liquidity to drive down here. I mean, we don't have to get a pineapple. It might not happen. It might just run straight through, but we'll see.
Highly likely.
I like the pineapple. Chad's like, no, not again. Get some drawdown again.
Yeah, I mean, you need some of it in order for the market to drive.
Yeah, look at the 30. 30 close above the range for you, right? Has no top wick. If you don't drive up towards 970, or at least create a top wick somehow, some way, and that top wick will give you a chance to get out break even, or get out in profit, or stops to break even. Unless you have a strong catalyst today that comes out randomly. I highly doubt it though.
Coffee, New York. Back hurts. I know. I know.
Yeah, I think if we were to tap, like if we were still being sells the other chat and we were like look for sells at 1904, if it tapped 1904, we probably would have closed off over here. One, the has no top wick, and two, this was what I said earlier about rejection, right? If I were to look for sells 1890 or 1904, I would have looked to exit around these levels here because there's a strong support here. I like that 1897, 1898, right? So that's where you want to close off, especially since it has no 30-minute candle, right? But in this case, we're looking for buys, right? Because we're expecting the count to still continue up towards 1907, 1906. What did this count do? Wasn't a sniper entry for sure. Wasn't like the first one, but we can still get potential entry. Things will start looking interesting, chat, because you're only like 8 minutes into this 3rd-minute candle, so it's still new.
You made a high. You're gonna have to retest the level here to drive down. You're gonna need to grab some liquidity. You did, right? But market doesn't reverse off one candle, so you're gonna need to come up and grab some more liquids.
Even if the 1 hour candle closes bearish here, right? I mean, we'll see how it closes. It could close bullish, but let's say it does close bearish. You're still gonna need a top wick on the next 30-minute candle, which is your rune exit, right? If it were to drop down, you'll see this probably. You'll see price come up and retest. What level is this? 1900 760, which is what level? Our entry point, right? Exactly on our entry point. So we'll have time to exit. We'll have all time to get pineapples in and close out and profit and all that.
The rare chance it does just drive down with some off shit happens that's unexpected. It's so rare that your win rate will account for it.
If you keep taking the same entries, yeah. This 5's gonna create a bomb wick, maybe for the previous 5, but that'll be the pineapple. So you might see.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, I know you guys might not want to see it, but it may happen, right? Where you come down, do something like this before coming up.
Well, it's 1896, 1897 areas. I wouldn't mind. You might just see a 30 flip though.
Mm, 15 pips. We don't have a wick entry, chat, so we may close at the flip. We had a wick entry. We've been a lot better to let it rock, but we may end up closing at the flip. We'll see.
We'll go break even at the flip,
or break even minimum at least, or close half. Check our chances in the 5 candle flip. Because this candle has clean traffic now. It should push up towards that 3rd-minute no top wick.
Yeah.
Not stops to break even yet. This 5 can still pull back. But if the next 5 opens up and has no top wick, then yeah. All right, chat. I'm moving my stops break even here.